Hey guys, Dell here from Team Wnax. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, follow my team's Twitch, and follow me on my Discord. I post a lot of my stupid fun deck lists in there, along with generally being pretty active on Discord. I also stream every day at around 7 PST on both my YouTube and Twitch. So all that'll be in the description if you want to do that. Enjoy the video.
What's up guys, Dell here from Team Wnax. I'm going to show you guys my YCS charity event first place on a trade deck profile. I played Despia tier in the main event, and I just kept losing it. I just lost some time with it every time. Deck was fine, but I decided to switch it up to a deck I was more comfortable with and that I'd playtested more, and that's Naturia. I've been playing this deck at locals recently, and I really like it. So let's go to the list. I'm trying to show you guys how it works and explain how my variant plays. I am playing basically Vernusylph Ishizu Naturia. So yeah, start off with 3 Keldo, 3 Medora, 3 Tailback, 2 Adito, 1 Gravekeeper's Trap. So this is kind of like my main Ishizu engine. You really need the shufflers to recycle both your deck and to hit your opponent as like removal. And then you want to use Tailback plus Adito to set up your rank 4 plays, because this deck has like some really solid consistent rank 4 plays. Also, milling this deck, people underrate it a lot because you can definitely just put the Mole Cricket in the graveyard, and that's huge in my opinion. Along with that, you play the trap so you can pitch the tree out of your hand, because tree's like just really a break if you draw it, unless you draw like something, unless you're going second. So going first, you want this to just get the tree out of your hand. It sucks to draw it, but it's kind of a necessary evil. And also playing more Ishizus because you're playing trap is, in my opinion, reasonable. Kind of to go with the Ishizu engine also, we played one Herald of Arclight and 1 Diviner of the Herald. So like my logic was with these was I wanted more fairies in my deck so that I could make Herald better. I also thought this was like really good off of really good for helping you like just consistently make Baron and Chain Yin, which are really strong in this deck. Chain Yin specifically is really good because if you can protect your Nat Beast, that's huge. A lot of the times I was having like games where I would just go like, okay, well, Chain Yin like banish their normal summon, so they can't just make a rank 4 to beat my board. Super nice, especially against the Shizu tier, because like they don't have an out to Dweller plus Nat Beast or Dweller plus Bamboo Shoot. Other than just try to swing over them, if you can just stop that, it's pretty free. So that's the main engine for the Ishizu cards. And then we played our Naturia engine, 3 Camellia, 3 Mole Cricket, 1 Sunflower, 1 Stinkbug. I didn't really like Stinkbug to begin with, but I really like him now just because of his level. Because I play Pankratops in Fenrir, being able to use this to make Synchro 10s is really huge. Also, being able to go into like the turtle guy is pretty sick too. The land tortoise. So yeah. That's the main engine for the monsters. I don't play more than that. I don't think you need to. Everything else is just extra. I played 3 tree in this build because I'm playing like heavy millers, so I think 3 tree is nice. Obviously, like you'll break on this sometimes. I actually had a game where I opened double tree, and like he negated both my plays. I was going second, so I just set both trees. He popped 1, and I was like, yes, you hit the right card. And then I blessing summoned back my Mole Cricket for his turn, and then I did on my turn, and then I did on his turn. He popped this. And so I got to grab my second blessing. So for my follow-up, I was able to kind of break his board pretty easily off that, because I had double blessing. I hate drawing this too. Opening it sucks because you only really want to grab it if you need it, but you play 2 just if you mill 1, then you're kind of shit out of luck for combo unless you're able to Adito shuffle back or Keldo shuffle back or Keldo or Medora shuffle back, but you just don't really want to do that on those. You want to use it both reactively also. And then my Ishizus, I played 3 Duck, 1 Bear, 1 Flourishing Hills. So the logic behind these ratios was that with Duck, obviously, like a lot of the times you do want to grab the Tailback or Keldo or Adito or whatever. But for the times you don't, just being able to play it as a way to get like free ascension and like pitch extra Naturias out of your hand is super big. Like there's so many times where like I would just go like, okay, Duck, Hills, Bear, and I was like, okay, cool. So now I just got like 3 summons, and I really only pitched like I was really just like turning my like 1 card into a summon plus, and then I just do it again. Super nice, really nice engine for consistency. I'd almost say play 3 Flourishing Hills, just it does come up a little bit more, but I think it's fine with how it is. Then from there, 3 Fenrir, 1 Pankratops. I wanted these as like my go second cards. My logic was like I was just gonna lose to Flunder no matter what, pretty much. If I went second, so I didn't really care if like my hand traps are good against them, because like even if I like Veil or Ash them, if they just have like macro D barrier, they just have like macro D barrier, feather storm, anything like that. Game 1, I'm losing to them, so it doesn't really matter if my hand traps are good against them game 1. So I just went with the logic of like I'm just gonna play these. These cards are just generically good go second cards, and they work with my engine. and I think it worked out fine. I actually like lost most of my. I think I lost 3 out of 4 die rolls for that tournament, and I still won. I still went undefeated. Finally, triple droplet called by. These are kind of just like the rest of my non-engine pieces. Droplet's really good in this deck. Being able to pitch tree is super free. Being able to pitch like dead Kaldos, Medoras, everything like that is insane. And it lets you beat over stuff that you might otherwise not be able to, which this deck does struggle with because it doesn't really have like a good way to make big beaters without committing pretty heavily. So that's the main deck, 40 cards. Pretty consistent list overall. I kind of went off like how the tier lists were kind of playing. For the side deck, I didn't play the Bestials in the main. I didn't want to like game 1 have Bestials be bad against anything. Obviously, like tier is pretty popular, but I don't want to see them going first because they're basically like they're an interaction, but they're not helping me get through my game plan. And then I also didn't want to have like game 1 give my opponent dark if I didn't have to. Like I didn't want to game 1 give my opponent the option to like mill me 5 and then like put one of these in graveyards and then just like darts on Magma and now just do like a bunch of resources. So yeah, I do like them going second though if I know I'm going second. These might come out for damage though. I don't know. I didn't really like them. I don't really like them in this deck per se because like while you're trying to play the board, like if you're using Earth effects, you're just dead. So I was just kind of iffy on them. From there, I played triple Dogwood. This deck goes the time like fairly consistently because like it does take you a little bit to win, and like you have to like even though I feel like you consistently beat a Ishizu tier, you don't have a good way to like burn in time, whereas like that deck does. So you just need to play a card that helps you get there. I don't think it's amazing, but it is pretty nice. Finally, last card, Bamboo Shoot for going first. Nat Piece is really good, but Bamboo Shoot's really good. So the idea is like you're milling a lot with this deck anyways, and so it's pretty easy to set up Bamboo Shoot. I was like doing it relatively consistently, and you just go Bamboo Shoot, turn off all their spells, you make a Dweller, turn off their graveyard, and then if you have like a chaining with it or anything like that with it, you just win the game for free. It's over. Finally from there, triple Dark Ruler helps you break boards. Triple Evenly, same thing, and then 1 Feather Duster. My logic was like going second, I'm gonna have into like most decks. Where did I put it? And in most decks, if I have this combination of cards, I'm feeling pretty safe. Like this combination of cards right here beats things. I didn't really like value hand traps that much. I was like, okay, if I evenly them or if I dark roll them, I'm probably winning, so it doesn't really matter. That's kind of like how I viewed it, and it worked out fine for me. I lost most of my die rolls, and then I would go second game 2, and then I would still win. So pretty confident in like how the deck functions from there. Finally, for the extra deck, Nat Beast, Barkion, Land Ice. These all come up. The only reason I play Land Ice is his effect isn't like that good, but sometimes you'll have like spare droplets in your hands, or like you'll have Blessing that you don't need to use. But the reason I play Land Ice is because I prefer the ability to bring back your Mosquito if you like draw badly. Being able to just use like a 3, like using like the Stink Bug if you drew it to summon back the bug is like relevant. You could not play this. You don't need to. I just liked it. It came up for me here and there. Barkion, kind of the same deal. I actually like played versus Trileer list, and I made Barkion into black. Like he didn't commit the Revolt because I had the Omni Negate. I didn't have like a board. I had like Camellia plus Sunflower, so he didn't commit. And then I summoned Barkion, and he's like, "Oh, well now my Revolt's just dead." And yeah, it was just easy clean up from there because now like his main interaction was killed. From there, Strap Dragon. This comes up here and there. So the logic behind Strap Dragon is that like you need a way to help you break your boards and like clear your opponent's cards away, and you don't really have it. And this also like sends tree, and you don't really have good options like that for Earth. Like obviously a theme setting hit back row, but there's not really a rank 4 that you want to make that's going to do that, especially not an Earth one. So it does come up quite a bit for me that like the Strap Dragon is pretty good. After that, I play Trish. This comes up for me here and there. When it resolves, it's really good, but a lot of times it doesn't. I don't know if I'd continue playing it, but for the times you wanted, it's really nice. After that, we play 1 Baron, 1 Chaining. These cards come up quite a bit. I built like to try to make these as consistent as possible, but honestly, a lot of the times you're just making a Nat Piece and you're sitting on your actual Naturia cards that like your Ishizus to shuffle back for like controlling the game state, and then like a rank 4. For the rank 4s, I played 1 Dweller, 1 Giant Hand, 1 Chapter's Elamaris. I did not play Baduska, so Baduska is kind of the same thing. The only deck I'm really using Baduska for is Flunder. I guess Exo Sister to an extent, but I don't respect Exo Sister as a deck. I feel like the deck is like super easy for this deck to beat. And Giant Hand a lot of the time is doing the same exact thing that that Baduska would do in that matchup. It's just stalling a card, basically. It's just stalling them. This is a 1-for-1 interaction, which I value more because Baduska shuts off my own cards. So if they out the Baduska, I lose, and I'd rather not play the game having my opponent just be able to out my cards early, like play combo and try to go through it. I think Bagushka has its merits. I just don't like it in this specific build, and I didn't have the space for it that I wanted because I was playing a little bit more synchro based and trying to control the game with natural Naturia monsters. Finally, we played one Zeus. Didn't come up for me at all, but obviously it does come up here and there. There's a couple times where like I would go like Alamaris effect to bring back Camellia, and then I would just like put a Zeus on top of it because it doesn't have any effect after that, and hopefully it just destroyed something and turned Zeus on. But yeah, I guess I didn't explain it. Alamaris summons back Camellia from the graveyard. It's like it's her only purpose, but because you're playing the mill heavy engine, she's perfectly serviceable for that. After that, for the rest of our engine, I played one Alsa. Obviously, like forcing your opponent to use their shufflers is really good. Also, you can crash this in if you got no access to your Naturia engine. I had this happen a couple times. I would make this, and then I would grab Camellia, or I'd grab Mole Cricket, and I could just play from there. Really good. Cerberus, this pitches the tree out of hand. Also, like, can out some monsters here and there. Like, there's times where it comes up that, like, you just don't have an out to their big monster. Like, I forced a Baron effect, and I was like, okay, I don't have a good way to out Baron. So I'd summon this, just pop their Baron, and I was totally fine with, like, just, like, sitting on the trees after that. Finally, one spread Elf. Elf is interesting. Basically, I played my build to kind of use Elf better, which is why I played Diviner. But my logic, the way I've been playing it, is I'll make Elf, I'll summon back my Sunflower, and then I'll use Sunflower effect twice, and then I'll summon Sunflower back again so I have the third negate if I need it. Pretty simple there. Also, just stops your opponent from just trying to swing Sunflower. Okay, and it doesn't matter anymore. Final link I played, kind of weird. I played Underworld Goddess. I don't think there's very many good Earthlinks, and I needed a way to just out, like I said, I think this deck's biggest flaw is that sometimes you just struggle to out big stuff, which is where the Runics are normally nice, but I think the Runic build is like kind of bad in like the Ishizu matchup mirror, so I prefer this one because you're playing way more tiers usually than you are other decks. So I wanted my cards to like be like all good in that matchup, but sometimes you just need to out their big fusions, and this just does it. Or like this outs big threats this deck otherwise wouldn't be able to get to, and it's not an effect, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's the whole deck. I really like this deck. It's probably one of my favorites. I've been playing a little bit at locals. I think like every time I played it at locals, I've lost one match at most. Really solid, good against the Ishizu matchup, and a lot of people just don't know how to face it. But yeah, that's for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Make sure you made it this far. Click that subscribe button. I'll be doing some DB ranked live. Also, follow Team Wnax on YouTube. Team's trying to do more content there. And then check out our team store in the description. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.